A major breakthrough in civil registration is taking shape in Asia and the Pacific. At a high-level UN conference in Bangkok, countries, including the Philippines, have pledged to ensure that every birth is registered and every death recorded by 2030. And for the details, we are bringing in Joey Francisco, Senior Manager for News Content of One News, live from Bangkok. Magandang umaga sa iyo, Joey.
Good morning, Gretchen.
Okay, tell us all about the agreement to have all births and deaths registered. Ano bang napag-usapan dyan sa Bangkok?
Hey, Gretchen, so the declaration was made yesterday during the plenary of this convention at the UNCC here in Bangkok. So ang tanong na lang ng marami after that declaration that we will be ensuring, or the governments will committed to ensuring that every birth is registered and every death in Asia and the Pacific is recorded by 2030. Ay kung posible ba ito o kung reachable ba itong aim or dream na ito, no, ng Asia and the Pacific. So let's just go through some numbers, Gretchen, to see kung medyo malapit na ba tayo doon. So we have around 51 countries covered by itong ating region, Asia and the Pacific, hindi ba? So as of this year, 29 countries now register over 90% of births within a year, while 30 countries achieve the same doon sa tinatawag na death registration. So medyo lang pa sa sa kalahati ng aim, pero as it is, there are still parang numbers na kailangan i-consider, like 51 million ngayong 2024 ang unregistered the children under 5 nung sila ipinanganak, samantalang 6.9 million naman na unregistered deaths per year ang naitatala until 2024. So parang mukhang reachable naman yung aim by 2030 or 5 years from now, dahil mga nasa 90s mark na tayo nung accomplishment, ay baka naman kayanin basta yung susundin nila yung best practices ng ilan sa mga countries na nagawa na ito. So Gretchen, tutuloy ko na let's go to the data from the Philippines, because the Philippines is the co-chair of this conference in Bangkok, itong UN conference ito. So USEC Dennis Mapa represented the country and led our delegation bilang part siya ng Philippine Statistics Authority. Sinabi nga lang niya na 95% compliant naman na tayo, meaning nakakapag-register na tayo ng deaths at saka ng birth, at least 95%. Alam ko maraming pintas dun sa National ID System, wala pa tayo, na hindi pa na marami pa nagreklamo na wala pa sila pero that's a different story dahil when it comes to actually like kung may mga anak ba ay nare-register agad, mukhang nakakomply naman tayo ng mga 95%, pero syempre ang aim is 99.5%, Gretchen.
But help us understand, Jovi, I mean, bakit kapag pumupunta tayo sa mga probinsya, parang karaniwang problema ng mga Pilipino ay wala silang birth certificate. Kung 95% na pala yung ating registration, nakapagtataka, bakit marami pa rin ang walang birth certificate nila?
Same sentiment. Actually, that's the question I ask USEC Mapa. Turns out kasi meron naman sa leeway, at least a year after birth, pwede pang ihabol yun. So siguro nakakapag-comply na by that time. Usually, pipilitan iba kahit mahirap because they're from, siguro live na po sa mga rural areas. Pupunta pa talaga sa city proper for the registration. Yun yung pinaka problema doon. At saka yung iba, hindi sa hospital nanganganak. Alam naman natin, Gretchen, na pwedeng sa bahay nanganganak at ini-aid lang ng mga professional na gumagawa nun. Pero sa bahay nga gagawin. Pero kailangan nilang gawin yun at least a year, within the year of mapanganak sila. Kasi kapag wala kang legal identity, nawawala nga naman yung yung right mo for basic services na binibigay ng gobyerno. So kapag nagkasakit ka, kapag nagkasakit yung bata, o kaya pag kailangan ng mga ayuda. So yun na yung trigger point for them to re-register.
Siguro gusto ko lang magkaroon ng konting kalinawan doon sa 95%. Ano yung sakop nun? Kailangan ba may birth certificate ka to be part of that 95% o yung barangay registration ay kasama na doon? Kasi yung barangay siguro yung mas mabilis makuha,
Yung, I think ang pinag-uusapan based, well, at least implied doon sa conversation namin, yung kapag ikaw ay kailanganin mo yung birth certificate mo or yung certificate of live birth mo, ay makukuha mo, no? Di ba tayo kinukuha natin yan online, ano? So, basta maibibigay sa iyo, hindi lang doon sa level ng barangay.
Ayun, okay. So, pero pagdating naman sa death registration, anong mas mahirap, I mean, what is the bigger problem? Is it the birth or the death registration?
Okay, death registration is it's still important because kapag may pandemic or pag may mga disease outbreaks, it's more of that Gretchen, ano. Pero kasi kaya mas important usually, although both important, sinasabi ng experts dito sa convention ito, importante sa live birth registration dahil doon yung magti-trigger na lahat ng mga public service na kailangan natin o yung maski yung basic human rights natin ay nakukuha natin from our government.
And then the death registration, what is the current rate of the Philippines when it comes to that?
Okay, it's 6 point, not in the Philippines, but at least hindi ko nakuha kay Yusek Mapa yung sa Philippines, pero yung at least yung sa buong region ng Asia and the Pacific, for this year 6.9 million yung still unregistered, na hindi talaga nasasabi or kaya ay dumaan dun sa legalities yung cause of death nila at nailista ng gobyerno. Yan, 1 in 3 deaths not legally certified. Yun ang nakalagay sa report ng UNESCO yesterday.
Medyo malaki-laki yun, ano?
Oo. Malaki yun. In the region.
Napag-usapan ba dyan ng yung extrajudicial killings or did people stay away from that?
No, but it was discussed kasi may mga Filipino journalists tayong kasama na tinanong yan, at sinasabi na yun nga yung mga numbers ay, di ba, alam naman natin yung nangyayari na iba doon yung naging cause of death, so hanggang ngayon unresolved pa yung iba doon dahil iba yung nilagay na cause of death, so it happens, kaya nga parang dapat yung government, yung commitment nila is not just in the ensuring na registered yung every death and birth, kundi yung correctness ng data, Gretchen.
When it comes to death registration, who has the right to do that? Is it the loved ones of the deceased or posible din na kung sabihin natin in the case of the Sabongeros na nilagay sa Taal Lake, yung police ang magre-register? I mean, paano yung proseso pagdating naman sa death registration?
That registration, syempre, of course, family, pero eventually, kailangan pa rin sa institution yun, like hospital and then to the authorities kung medyo may foul play. So, ganun pa rin yung process, Gretchen.
Okay. And then what are the commitments of the Philippines to make the targets happen?
Well, 95% na tayo, as of this, sabi ni Yusek Mapa, kung hindi daw nagkaroon ng COVID, at siguro malapit-lapit na tayo sa 98 or at least 99%. So, well, aside from making those IDs or the national IDs more accessible sa lahat, meaning wala tayo hard copy, although meron nasa system na tayo, yung at least yung pagkatahi ng dalawa na meron kang data talaga, but at the same time meron kang physical ID. Tinatrabaho pa daw nila yan. And of course, ang kanilang target is really information, especially sabi mga earlier in our conversation that yung mga far-flung areas, kailangan maabot nila yan, at maipaalam din sa mga kababayan natin yung importance of registering at least within the year after a live birth.
Maybe ease of registration should be one of
exactly.
the
kung hindi makalapit, tayo lumapit, di ba? Yun yung parang idea nila.
All right, we hope we do reach our targets, but in the meantime, enjoy ka dyan. Padalan mo kami ng sampalok pagbalik mo.
Akala ko mango sticky rice, Gretchen, Mahirap yata iuwi yun, pero yes, sampalok madaling uwi.
Okay, maraming salamat. We have Joby Francisco reporting to us live from Bangkok.